Yeah, you're on.
What are you building?
This car.
This car?
Do you want to be on it?
No.
£1.3 million. 1.3 million quid. Okay, not this one, admittedly, but one of these has just been advertised for £1.3 million, and I'll get back to that in a bit, because actually I am selling this one for SBR Engineering, and we don't even want £1 million for it. I mean, what a bargain. Let me start by asking a question. Is this the most recognisable shape that has ever been in sports car history? And the answer to that is yes, and you may not agree, but you're wrong. This is the most recognisable shape that has ever been in sports car history. Everyone knows what this is. Your mum knows, your nan knows, your kids know. People that don't drive cars know that this is a Porsche and it's a 911. Now, if you're watching this video, thank you, it's a good start. You're probably into cars and you'll know that this is a 993, and the 993 is famous amongst Porsche enthusiasts because it's the last of the cars that were air cooled. After this, the 996 was a water cooled engine. The 993, however, was the first turbo to run two turbos instead of the one big laggy unit we had in the 964, and it's the first production Porsche to have four-wheel drive. So, more power, more grip, and in that familiar Porsche shape that they've been faithful to ever since they launched the 911 back in 1842. And what a job they did when they designed this. I mean, just look at it. No, it's not a script. I'm not that terrible at this, I think. This is a Wikipedia page. This car's got quite an interesting backstory. It's a US spec car supplied into Texas and ordered by a famous baseball star, and that guy is Iván Rodríguez. I don't know how you say it. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. So apologies to any Americans watching this video for any inaccurate information I give you. That's why I've printed out this Wikipedia page, and there's a lot of it. I mean, literally, we've run out of paper printing it, so I could be as accurate as I can for any American viewers. Which, I mean, to be fair, no one in America is going to watch this video, I guess. So, well, if you're in America watching this video, please write below, I'm in America and I watch your video. That would make my day. That'd be amazing. Okay, back to Irod. His nickname. Irod is a big deal. He ended up in the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, which is really good. And he's played for all the top teams: the Florida Marlins, Detroit Tigers, the Yankees, the Astros, the Texas Rangers, all the top teams. I mean, that's like your City, United, Liverpool, Spurs, your top four. He won the MVP a couple of times. MVP, for those who don't know, is the most versatile person. So he's really a good teammate, really good teammate. Lots of stuff here about. He went pro at 16 years old, which is young, and his nickname was Pudge, I think, because he was a bit podgy. You've basically got here the American Wayne Rooney. It's the equivalent of Wayne Rooney owned this Porsche. Anyway, bored? Yeah, so am I. Let's go and drive it. to say you well and truly smashed it out the park when you got this car. Had to do it. It's a lovely car. It still feels quick now. I mean, it must have felt absolutely ballistic 30 years ago, and it's a great spec, as we can see. And talking of spec, actually, this car has been treated to something they unofficially call the VIP code. The actual code is 09991, which doesn't have quite the same ring to it. So the VIP code, or exclusive code as it is otherwise known, meant the car was pulled to one side on the production line and given special treatment. Bit ambiguous as to what that was, but it was individual trim options and body styling bits and pieces. This car quite clearly has had the interior done. We've got a lot of carbon fibre in here, across the dashboard and door cards, down to the handbrake. Even the steering wheel's got some carbon fibre on it. I'd argue the steering wheel potentially has been retrimmed at some point, as it's got a more modern shape to it here. But certainly a lot of this carbon fibre in here, 90% of this carbon fibre in here, is factory original from 1995. Now, that may not sound impressive because the average 320d M Sport comes from BMW now with carbon fibre everywhere, but we're talking about 1995, and this was still an expensive and exotic material to be used in a road car. Well ahead of its time and looks great. Another nice thing about this car is the exhaust system. Now, Porsches, in my opinion, don't sound great. Sorry. But then I am spoiled. We fit exhaust systems to Ferraris and Lamborghinis on a daily basis, so I hear the best of the best. This sounds alright though. This sounds pretty good. This has got 100 cell sports cats, RSR spec exhaust silencers, which means it's got a really deep, aggressive, burble, proper old school turbocharged sound going to it. Sounds great when you wind it up on boost and get it going, and gives the car a bit of character, definitely. But something else worth mentioning is the suspension on this car. The UK owner upgraded the suspension to attractive electronically adjustable damping kit. There's a controller in the glove box which allows me to make adjustments on the move to the dampening of the car and adjust the roll and the pitch. Now, I'm no pro driver by any stretch, with a super sensitive backside and fingers that can feel a couple of degrees camber change, etc. But that makes a huge difference, a massive difference. I had a little play of it off camera, and it really brings the car alive. You can feel the adjustments that it makes, and that's on these terrible roads we've got here in Buckinghamshire. I mean, I can only imagine how much fun you could have with that on a track or a decent bit of road, that's for certain. One thing that I think is so underrated is the view from the inside of a car like this. I don't mean the dashboard and bits and pieces, I mean looking out of the windows. And obviously in here I've got a great view of the nose of the car falling away into those slanted headlights that the 993 is so famous for. It's the view out of the side mirror that does it for me. It's absolutely epic. I can see the rear arches, huge rear arches, falling off to the road like they've been melted on, and the functional rear wing, again massive in proportions with the upturned lip on the side. The view out of there is absolutely epic, and when you're looking in your mirrors, which obviously I do a lot because I'm a very safe driver, you're greeted with one of the best views ever. Lets you know you're driving something special. I think it's quite ironic that Mr. Rodríguez was in the Baseball Hall of Fame, because if there was a Hall of Fame for cars, then there's no question that the Porsche 911 would be in it. It's a cult sports car, an absolute classic that will be remembered for the rest of time. So what about this car that costs £1.3 million, whereas one of these is a 993 turbo, and the reason it's so expensive is it was the last car out of the factory, not the last one off the production line, the last one to leave the factory. So as a result, it's got a premium price tag, and to be fair, it looks incredible. It looks amazing. The guys that are selling it have done a great job of presenting it. It looks the business, and someone will buy it. Someone will buy it. This is the Porsche market. Now, the whole market in general for classic and sports cars hasn't been great for the last 18 months. The whole economy hasn't been great for the last 18 months. But the Porsche market, although it's softened a bit, it's still there. It went mad 15 years ago when people started collecting these cars like works of art, and it's still there now. There's still a mega investment. If you can afford to get yourself into a 911 of this sort of vintage, you won't go wrong. Would you believe in the time it's taken to shoot this video, a few days admittedly, the £1.3 million car has sold. It's gone already. So come look at our one on our website, SBR Engineering.co.uk. I didn't nearly forget it then. Please like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Smash the like button.